Hey everyone, I'm SamyCaps. Welcome back to my channel. If you're hyped about the upcoming release of Path of Exile 2, you're not alone. Early access drops on November 15th, and I've been getting one question constantly on my live streams. How can I prepare for PoE 2 and hit the ground running? Whether you're a seasoned Path of Exile player or brand new to the game, today's video is all about giving you the edge before launch day. We'll cover key changes coming to PoE 2, what you need to get used to if you're coming from another ARPG, and some quality of life features you can take advantage of right now to be fully prepared on day one. So if you want to avoid wasting time fumbling around on November 15th, stick around. These tips will have you geared up and ready to crush Path of Exile 2 from the start. Let's dive into how you can get prepared for PoE 2. Tip number 1, be prepared to run the campaign with every character. Here's a big shift that might catch some ARPG veterans off guard. In PoE 2, every single character you create must run through the full campaign. There's no skipping. Unlike other games where you can breeze past the story with alts, in PoE 2, each of your characters must tackle the campaign from start to finish. This means that you'll need to gear up for that grind with every alt. But there's a silver lining: deterministic drops. PoE 2 introduces these strategic drops throughout the campaign. This isn't RNG on overdrive like we've seen before. You'll have more control over what gear you get, allowing you to plan builds much more efficiently during the campaign itself. You won't be wasting your time running zones hoping to get that perfect item. It's all about calculated progression. So while yes, you'll be running the campaign for every character, the journey is designed to be rewarding and strategic, keeping it fresh and exciting for each new alt. The key here: mental preparation and endurance. If you're used to skipping content, this is going to require a shift in mindset. But the upside is that this also makes you intimately familiar with the game's world and mechanics, which is vital for mastering the game at a deeper level. The grind in PoE 2 isn't a chore, it's an opportunity to perfect your craft. Speaking of the world, tip number 2. The world map is randomized for every league. Another major change in Path of Exile 2 is that the world map is randomized for every league. This is huge. If you're coming from PoE or other ARPGs, you're probably used to memorizing the map layout to speed up your progression through the campaign. That's gonna change. With PoE 2, the map will shift every single league, meaning that quests, bosses, and key locations will move. You won't be able to rely on the same strategies and shortcuts across different leagues like you used to. This mechanic is designed to keep the gameplay fresh and push you to think on your feet. If you're someone who relies heavily on pre-learned path or map knowledge, you're going to need to adapt quickly because PoE 2 will keep you guessing. So, how do you prepare for this? The key is to master the fundamentals. Don't rely on knowing exactly where everything is. Get good at reading the game's cues and focus on understanding the mechanics of the game itself. Every time you log in for a new league, treat it like an entirely new experience. This dynamic world will demand improvisation and adaptability. Your best bet is to embrace the chaos and become comfortable with the unpredictability. It's what makes PoE 2 different from any ARPG you've played. Tip number 3, learn the league mechanics that are coming to PoE 2. Finally, one of the most exciting aspects of PoE has always been its league mechanics, and PoE 2 is carrying forward that legacy in a big way. We've got 4 confirmed leagues making their way into PoE 2: Delirium, Ritual, Breach, and Delve. But they're not just being copied and pasted into the new game. These mechanics are being refreshed and recreated to fit the new gameplay systems and narrative flow of PoE 2. 80% of the current leagues will be making the jump to Path of Exile 2, but don't expect them to play out the same. Each one is being reworked to feel fresh, exciting, and more engaging than ever before. If you haven't spent time mastering these leagues in the current game, now's your chance. You'll want to get into PoE 2 fully understanding how these mechanics work because they're going to be a huge part of your endgame experience. Prepare now by studying the league, practicing your strategies, and staying flexible. The more you know about these mechanics, the better you'll perform when PoE 2 launches. There's no shortcut here. Knowledge is power. And last but not least, tip number 4, invest in stash tabs now to improve your quality of life. Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked but is absolutely essential for a smooth PoE 2 experience: stash tabs. If you've been playing PoE, you know how crucial stash management is, and that's not changing in PoE 2. Here's the good news. All your stash tabs and other microtransactions from PoE will carry over to Path of Exile 2. This means that any stash tabs you purchase now will be waiting for you on November 15th, which makes this the perfect time to get organized and maximize your quality of life in the game. For those of you who are newer to the game, Path of Exile starts you off with 4 basic stash tabs. While that might seem like enough at first, you'll quickly realize that inventory management becomes a huge part of the game, especially if you're deep into crafting, trading, or just grinding gear. That's why it's a smart idea to purchase additional stash tabs now, ahead of PoE 2's release. And don't worry, stash tab sales happen frequently, so keep an eye out for discounts before launch. At a minimum, I'd highly recommend picking up the following stash tabs to keep your gameplay smooth and your inventory organized. And before I tell you what I recommend, guys, for you seasoned veterans, get in the comment section and provide insight what you feel are the right stash tabs that new players should purchase. Here are mine. I suggest you purchase the currency tab. This is a must-have. You'll be picking up an insane amount of currency throughout your playthrough, and the currency tab will keep it all organized in one place. No more scrambling through your stash, trying to find the right scroll, or it's all there neatly arranged. I'd also suggest a unique tab. Unique items are a core part of Path of Exile, and you'll collect a lot of them. Having a tab that's specifically designed to store and showcase your uniques not only helps with organization, but it also makes it easier to track what you have and what you might need for future builds. And lastly, I suggest you get a map tab. As you progress into the end game, maps become your main source of content. The map tab allows you to store and categorize all your maps, making it way easier to plan your Atlas strategy. Trust me, this is a huge quality of life upgrade if you plan on diving into PoE 2's endgame. Now, you might be wondering if it's worth spending real money on stash tabs. The answer is a resounding yes. This is one of those small investments that will pay off big time in terms of efficiency and convenience throughout your PoE 2 journey. You won't waste time managing your inventory or trying to make room for the loot you pick up, which means more time spent grinding, crafting, and progressing. If you're unsure about what you're buying, the Path of Exile website has detailed descriptions of each stash tab and even videos showcasing their features, so you'll know exactly what you're getting. And remember, you've got until November 15th to grab these tabs, so take advantage of the frequent sales to snag them at a discount. At the end of the day, stash tabs are about making your life easier and letting you focus on what really matters, playing the game and having fun. Don't wait until launch day to realize you're out of space. Get ahead of the curve and make sure you're prepared for the massive amount of loot that's coming your way in PoE 2. All right, that wraps it up. I hope these tips will help you feel more prepared for the launch of Path of Exile 2 on November 15th. We've covered some crucial points today: running the campaign with every character, adapting to the randomized world map, mastering those league mechanics, and of course, getting those stash tabs in place for a smoother, more organized experience. I'm seriously pumped for the release of PoE 2. And if you're as excited as I am, you're in the right place. This channel will be your go-to for regular PoE 2 content leading up to launch day and beyond. I've got a ton of exciting videos planned to help you crush the game from day one. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out. Also, I'll be streaming my PoE 2 experience live on Twitch starting November 15th, and I'd love for you to stop by, hang out, and say hello. My channel is SamyCaps, so head over there, follow me there, and join me for the journey. Let's explore everything PoE 2 has to offer together. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video and on November 15th in PoE 2. Until then, stay hyped, stay prepared, and I'll catch you soon. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.